Good morning. I think it's still morning. I don't know. It's been a morning. Always more stuffs to do. So I hope everyone is well today. We are off on our weekly jaunt to the grocery stores. As you may be able to tell, it started to sprinkle just now. So I hear that it's very warm up north right now. My friends were complaining that it was 100 degrees outside in Ohio. And it's like I think we hit 90 once this year so far, maybe, down here. I mean, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Humidity has recently started ramping up, and I've actually started using a dehumidifier in my house for the first time ever. And it has made such a difference. It's just amazing. It's very noisy, though. I have a small house, and I don't really I don't have a basement, so it's kind of like to keep it centralized is near the living spaces. Um, it makes a huge difference. And I think that not working outside all day in the heat all summer long in a car, which is even worse than just being outside, I think it's going to make a huge difference on how much I don't hate the South in the summer. Hey, Amy. Hey, Pam. Good morning. So, Amy, is it hot there too, Pam? My friends in Ohio were whining that it was 100 degrees yesterday, so I don't know if they're exaggerating or what. Because, to them, 100 degrees, something that feels like 100 degrees could be like 80. For us, it's still not warm enough to go swimming yet at 80. I have an announcement to make for my channel in a little bit, but I'm kind of putting that off just to see if give people time to come in, make people stick around to listen for it that are rewatching. Of course, it could fast forward, I suppose, but I'm looking at a Honda Pilot. This isn't a channel announcement, but it will actually benefit the channel. It's for the channel, so I can travel around with all my gear. Um, if I get this Honda Pilot, I could even nap in it. So, like, I could take little mini vacations on my days off and just sleep in the back of the car, take off somewhere and film something. But, oh man, that would just be awesome if I could do that. Anyhow, looking at this Honda Pilot, I think that tomorrow I'm going to go look at it. I'm not sure. Schedule has been wonky crazy. There's a lot going on, and this is going to lead into my announcements. Well, I'm glad you got a nice breeze. I grew up without air conditioning, and looking back, I don't understand how I ever did it, but it was all I ever knew. I mean, nobody had air conditioning because we really didn't need it. We got really hot for maybe a couple weeks. In the summer, the rest of it was livable. At worst, I went swimming because, I mean, I lived my summer, maybe that's why it was so livable. I lived my summer in a pool. When we didn't have one in the backyard anymore, I went up the street to the Eagles, the Fraternal Order of Eagles. They had a swimming pool. So I went up there, and that was my first job ever. I was a lifeguard when I was 15. I don't think, in some ways, I don't think children should be lifeguards, but I've gone into rambles today. In some ways, I don't think children should be lifeguards, but in other ways, it's better because you don't have that fear of what happens if you're not paying attention, but it's a lot of responsibility. And if anything happens, that weighs on you for the rest of your life. I was lucky. The pool I was at, something happened, but a parent was right there, and I didn't see it. And it wasn't that I wasn't paying attention. There was just that many people or that many kids in the pool, and I don't think that it was something that happened for that long. I think the parent that berated me about it overreacted by a lot. And it wasn't a major thing that happened either. So I think a child had just wandered into water that was a little bit deeper than they should have, and the parent lost it, which I understand. But that stuck with me for the rest of my life. Still, to this day, it's like, what would have happened if that parent wouldn't have seen that child? Or, it wouldn't have been something simple and the child would have went under. And I'd like to think that I would have seen it in time, but we don't know. I mean, I was paying attention, so I don't, even to this day, it just had to have been when I looked at the deep end real quick. I don't know. But at the same time, teenagers don't have that fear of something like that happening. They're a lot more fearless. Like, we can deal with it, we can handle it. Oddly enough, as a teenager, I didn't have that trepidation, and I would, like I have now, I would never be a lifeguard now. Not in that situation. I mean, they just let everybody in, so it was wall-to-wall people. But we're getting close to our destination, so I'm going to go on to my channel announcement. Side note, I miss the swimming pool. Cannot wait to get to Florida where I can go to the beach or a pool or something like that every day, or almost every day. Anyway, channel announcement. I have a lot of stuff going on right now that I'm not going to get into on the channel. Some of it I will. I start school on the 29th. I'm taking a real estate course to get my real estate license back because it is reciprocal in the state of Florida. I am also a travel agent, and I'm getting certified through ASTA to be a certified travel agent, not just somebody who calls themselves a travel agent and can sell travel. All of that is time consuming. On top of that, I work 4 10-hour days a week at Amazon with breaks and everything. That equates to 11 and a half hours a day. I have a household to run, puppy dog to take care of, a man that is not getting the attention that he deserves right now because I am so busy, and I'm getting stressed and I'm getting cranky, and it's just not good for our relationship. It's not good for me to get my future stuff done. Any little added thing into my day, into my schedule, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Really, there's another person wanting something from me. So I am going to take a break from my scheduled lives. That means my trivia on Sunday. That doesn't mean I won't be doing it. I may just pop on and do a show here and there, but I'm not going to schedule it anymore. I'm still going to do these little lives while I'm driving. In fact, that's another thing too, I have my pet sting. People are starting to go out of town again and do things again. So, yeah, I bought some shoes on Amazon that are too small, so we're going to the UPS store again. But anyway, so I'm not going to schedule my lives. Like I said, that doesn't mean they're not going to happen. That just means they are not going to be scheduled. And Danny, I will talk to you about this later when I figure out what this means if you see this. But I have to do what's right for my future and my family. I have been trying to graduate college for I don't know how long, how many years I've gone, and I have to finish it. This is very important. I figured out what I wanted to do, and I have to finish it. The goal for my channel when I started this was always to learn how to edit video, which is what I want to go to, which basically is what I'm going to school for, digital photography, and then after that, the associates is done, I'll take that into a film and post-production degree. But I'm not going to get any of this done. My attention is too widespread right now that it's not working. In addition, with my grocery shops that I do, I'm actually working on trying to hire somebody to do these for me. There are a few financial things that I have to do in order to set this up. I did get a small business association loan so I can go forward and hire somebody. I'm not going to get it, Amy. I'm not close to my 4K, I don't think. I haven't even looked. Um, but there's so many things that I want to do, and there's just not enough time to do it. So some things have to be changed. I've been worried about running over people with my show and trying to schedule it around people, which is basically impossible. I had it scheduled, and then other shows ended up popping up that I would run over into them, and I don't feel right doing that, so I would make it earlier, and then nobody comes to the show until later. And trying to find the right time, and even though you see an hour and a half, and I used to do this professionally, you see an hour and a half trivia show on YouTube, there is an additional 3 to 4 hours prep that goes into that, including researching, at least minimum, researching questions, organizing questions, getting myself prepared for the show. That's one thing that men have an advantage over women, because we have to do makeup and hair and blah, blah, blah. And I've done makeup, I haven't done hair. But and makeup for a YouTube show is different than, or for video in general, is different than just makeup for going outside. I can just half the time I don't even wear it, but I can just toss some makeup on to go outside. But if I don't put makeup on for a show, I look like a zombie, or Uncle Fester. I look like Uncle Fester. No eyebrows, black circles under my eyes, whole 9 yards. It's crazy. But yeah, so I'm not going to schedule my shows anymore for the short time being, until I figure out my schedule a little bit better. I need to get this real estate and the travel agency stuff done. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even looking. She might have been putting something in. I thought she was putting something in the trash. But there's a thing on top of the trash that you can set stuff on. Maybe she had something set there or something. I don't know. But but yeah, I'm still here, and I hope to be able to start watching some more streams here and there. I bought this iPad Pro, and I need to make it earn its money, which means learning how to use Premiere Pro and getting some 4K video shot to put on it, to edit on it. I have to. My roommate moved out, and I'm in the process of trying to get my photo and video studio set up. But in order to do that, I need to organize the house and get rid of things, and I just don't have time for everything right now. So I'm going to take a break from scheduling YouTubes. I'll still go lives and do some things, but I'm going to go back to what YouTube was supposed to be for, and that's for me to go out and shoot video and edit it and stick it up there and practice and learn how to do post-production and videography. I think that's about it. Obviously there are other things involved that I'm not going to go into, but basically that's it. People are starting to go out again. And while I don't think that it's safe to go out to a lot of places yet, there are things, especially if I get this Honda Pilot, there are things that I can do that don't involve being in close proximity with a bunch of people or where a bunch of people have been. I'm working on getting over my PTSD with driving from my car accident, and the Honda Pilot is part of that. It's a bigger vehicle. I'll feel safer. And like I said, it's big enough that I can go on little short couple-day trips and sleep in the back. So I won't be limited to the small little areas that you guys see driving around here. Okay, soccer's coming back. Major League Soccer is coming back on July 8th. Atlanta United is playing in Orlando. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's much too early for all of this craziness. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I have a lot to do today, and I have the car for the whole day, so I don't have to rush home. But I do need to not be out all day. So there we go. We can see the store. You too, Pam. You guys all have a great day today, and I will see you again. I may go live again when I'm headed to or from in town after I drop off my stuff or on the way to drop off my stuff. So I will see y'all later. Y'all be well.